SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi has been tracking this story for us. Pimani, the stakes are high and certainly different political parties have pulled out all the stops in order to be able to try and woo voters. But it's day one, special votes. How did it go?
Good afternoon, Bongiwe, and good evening to our viewers. Bongiwe, it's been a hectic day here in Thabazimbi. I'm coming to you live, Bongiwe, from one of the most busiest polling stations here at the local SASA offices just outside town. As you can see outside me, Bongiwe, special voting is still happening. The IEC earlier told us that all polling stations that are administering this special vote, when somebody is already within that premises by 5 p.m. when they close their gates, that person should be able to cast their vote. So all that you see in here, these are people who had registered for that special vote. We understand from the IEC that this amounted to about 4,000 voters, just over 4,000 voters that had registered for that special vote. About 600 of them had IEC officials visit them in their homesteads, and they were able to cast their votes at their homes. Most of these people, Bongiwe, from what I've seen, are people who will be going to work tomorrow, but others are representatives from political parties who will be helping with the elections tomorrow to ensure that they run smoothly. And Bongiwe, as you rightfully stated, as Maswili also rightfully stated, this is hotly contested, and some of the candidates that are standing for election at this by-election are people that are familiar, people who have been in the previous council that was recently dissolved. But the most interesting element about that is that some have moved from one party to others. For instance, I'll give you a councillor who was representing the Thabazimbi Residents Association. When I came here about 2 weeks ago, he was campaigning for the Labour Party. But today, when we got here, we hear he's a candidate for the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. So there's been a lot of movement of politicians moving from Party A to Party B, and also campaigning for this Party A to Party B. But let me now bring in the IEC in the province to speak about logistics. Ms. Nkaro Mateta, who is the Provincial Electoral Officer. Ms. Mateta, thank you so much for your time. And with my first question, I know, Ms. Mateta, you've been here since around 2, and I saw you capturing some of the voters, and you've been working to ensure that the numbers move smoothly. Let's start by talking about how much how big this station is, how the inflow that you saw, and are you overwhelmed? I see people are still voting.
Yes, indeed, this is one of the voting stations that received the highest number of station visit. More than 600 people had applied for station visit here. Very few had applied for home visit. So we are busy processing all those. Unfortunately, most of them arrived in the afternoon, so it created quite a challenge for us. In the morning, we're not too busy, but now really we are very, very busy, but we will process all of them. As long as they are inside the yard, all of them will be processed so that tomorrow they can then be busy with whatever that they want to do.
I know you were preoccupied here, but in terms of statistics, were you able to consolidate out of the 4,000 that you expected today? How far are we? How many can we expect to come to cast their vote tomorrow, in addition to the 51,000 that will be casting their vote on that by-election tomorrow?
Indeed, our officials are still collating the figures. Thabazimbi is quite a wide municipality. In some areas, there is no network coverage. So our officials are still collating those figures. I think late in the evening, we'll have the complete picture of how many people participate. But based on what we are seeing here at the SASA office, the station visits, I think the voter turnout is going to be well above 80%.
Talking about network and challenges, did you encounter any technical glitches that might have hindered you from administering this vote? And also talking about voter turnout, you say it's impressive. Do you think even tomorrow will be like this?
I think tomorrow it will be like this. I think earlier we had to go outside to talk to political parties that were fighting over space where to pitch their gazebos. You can actually see the excitement from all political parties. All of them want to occupy beautiful space so that they could then attract voters. But we are quite excited. What we are seeing here, we hope this excitement will continue even tomorrow so that we get these numbers.
Briefly, Ms. Mateta, were there any technical glitches? Might there be any tomorrow?
There were no technical glitches. Our VMDs are working so well. We are quite impressed and quite happy. It's only in those far-flung areas where, our cell phone network, particularly if you are using the Vodacom network, where you have a challenge of coverage. But otherwise, the VMD, none of our officials have reported any challenge with the VMD.
Thank you so much. That is Menkaro Mateta from the IEC in Limpopo saying the special vote day went smoothly all across Thabazimbi, stating that her officials are currently correcting all those numbers so that they can find out how many of those 4,000 special voters were able to come to polling stations and cast their vote. We will continue monitoring this by-election because it's quite significant. This is one of the first here in Limpopo where an entire municipality goes into a by-election. Bongiwe?
All right, Pimani, as you say, the stakes are quite high there, even, seeing some councillors moving from political party to political party and to political party. So certainly it promises to be quite the story. Pimani Baloyi will be following this one for us.